In today's video, I want to share it with you about growing crickets with a semi-pressed wooden cage. How to benefit and harm for semi-laminated wood cages. There are some advantages as follows. First of all, it's about the barn, and compared to nylon plastic tarpaulins are often bitten by crickets and mice. I'm most afraid of the mouse. Every time I do that, I break a cage, fix the barn, or change the tarp. It also costs as much as labor. Priority. Second, the advantage of the wooden cage is that it will resist much better than a nylon barn for areas where the climate is cold. It's like in Dalat or some cities in the north. It's very important for crickets to resist the cold, guys. It's hot, but it can't stand the cold. And wood keeps heat in the barn better than it does when we use a nylon barn. So if you're in a cold climate, you can consider what it means to raise wooden crickets. It would be much better compared to the types other barns, guys. The third advantage is the wooden cage will stick to the sides, so it's going to create more space for climbing, increased living area for crickets in the cage. It's going to help increase that compared to plastic sheds, and those are the pros. What about the downside? Wooden cage also has its drawbacks. First is it's very moldy if there's high humidity in the air, or you can use a spray. To spray a lot of water. Drink to fix this. People should design barns. It's open. And the second thing is you have to use a water pipe for easy drinking. How to make a water pipe for crickets in the previous video. You can find it again. And the second drawback is that it's moving. Moving the wooden cage, it will be quite difficult in case you leave the heavy or moving the cage to other locations for cleaning. It will be very extreme. And finally, the initial investment to make a plywood cage. The initial investment cost is quite expensive. Cheapest plywood price now, it's about $150,000 to $200,000 a sheet, depending on the thickness. For example, 1 meter times 2 meters. You need about 4 panels a cage. That's 2 cages on either side. A cage at the bottom, 2 faces, 2 heads. If we cut it in half, it takes 4 to get a cage. So basically, the material itself is the wood money. That's about $700,000 to $800,000 per cage. But that doesn't count as glue money. Iron legs at the bottom, and work on things. The initial investment cost of this type of cage double with a plastic frame cage. However, if you look at the cost of each year, then about 2 years it costs 2 of this type of cage. It's the same thing, guys. Because of plastic tarpaulins, 7 months to change 6 is once. Not to mention that the productivity level is lower. So it's the longitude efficiency. In fact, it is the wood it's going to be higher than a plastic shack. So you should consider between these 2 types of cages. Some notes if you want to make this cage. When grafting the panels, you have to glue the wood together. If you open it a little, the baby cricket will crawl out. That's why it's you. When the cow goes out, then we're very hard to catch. It's almost like having to accept that 7-year-old escaped. Previously, some households have also made cages like this, and they shared that they had a problem. So when they're put together, they don't see it. It's open anywhere. But when it's released, the baby cricket is going out. So you have to. Let's take that flashlight and go through it one by one, the edges together, to see if it's open. If anything is open, it will let the light out. You've got to do it that well. Just make sure. Make sure the crickets don't get out. And that are some of my shares in today's video. If you think it's good, you can give comment, me a like, and a follow. I have more motivation to make the following videos. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next videos.